Okay, so this is the final video for all the stories and stuff. The plan is to make more videos just in the future, next couple weeks. And then as the next Mania gets closer, I have a few ideas for that as well. So, yeah, it's still going to be making some WrestleMania 31 videos, but this is the last day with Monday. Monday was a fun one. From start to finish, pretty much. So I woke up again, got a little bit I think about the same amount of sleep as I did from Saturday into Sunday, so that's always a good thing. I went for breakfast at the hotel's breakfast, which was good as always. They still had all the WrestleMania stuff up. I was all still fired up from the night before. I couldn't believe what happened. Seth Rollins, cashing in the main event of WrestleMania. Holy cow! But so after we went for breakfast, I believe Breach was going to pick me up at 10. Well, that was the original plan. So I really wanted to. The first day on Friday, I wanted to go to Apple headquarters, which is One Infinite Loop, which is like if you look that up on Google, that's like the address. And then I wanted to go to Google headquarters. So, because those are two things that I wanted to see, I was out there. So we were going to go on Friday, but we didn't get a chance because traffic and stuff, and we were going to be late for Ring of Honor if I went on Friday. So I decided to go today or on Monday. So first off, we went to Apple. That was awesome to be there. I've been a fan of Apple for a while, and it's just cool to see the headquarters of the place. I don't know. It's just stuff like that that I'm interested in. So it was cool to see that. Took a bunch of pictures in front of there, and then I went to we went to Google, which I forgot what the street is for that, but I took a picture out front of that. If you saw the movie, what was it called? The Internship or The Intern, one of the two. I was at the part where they filmed some stuff there, and they had the different colored bikes, which was pretty funny, pretty awesome to see. Looking back at it, I probably should have rode one of those bikes just because. But I went to Google, and then when we were leaving Google, I saw if you go on Google Maps, they have that little like red like circle pointer feather looking thing that tells you your location. I saw a big one of those, and that was where Google Maps was all at. They had a separate like campus for that, so that was cool. Really cool to see those two places and knock those out on the bucket list. And then I went back to my hotel, and at that point Breach was already there waiting for me, so I had to run upstairs, change my stuff out for the day, get my Raw ticket, and then go meet Breach. He was outside. Went with him. We were heading back to his hotel when what was I going to say? Oh, so at the corner across from my hotel was the Adobe headquarters. So I knocked out Apple, Google, and Adobe all in one hour. So that was pretty cool. I didn't even know that Adobe was right there, but took until the last day to know that Adobe was literally right across the street. So we went back to Breach's hotel. We picked up. Wait, did we? Yeah, okay, we picked up Miguel and Ravi, and then we went to the Boston Brothers Hotel. We picked up them, and outside of the hotel, I think I saw Animal, Road Warrior Animal, and Freight Train. So if I was the one driving, which I wasn't, Breach was, I would have ran outside and took a picture of the freight train. I really wanted to, but I was like, you know what, I have to be good because I'm not the driver. So, but if I could change things, I would have told Breach to stop the car to meet freight train. But that's another story for another time. But what was I going to say next? Next, we headed to the Santa Cruz Boardwalk. That was up in the mountains. I think it was like maybe 30 minutes to an hour away. I know Miguel was hyping it up a couple like weeks before we went to the trip, and he said that he went there when he was a kid and he hasn't been there since. And he said there was a lot of rides and stuff, and it was gonna be a fun time. So we were all excited for this day, and I know Breach was really excited for it as well. And then Ravi was kind of how I ended up to be, but he was like that from the beginning. But we'll get into that in a second. Basically, we get there and we park We walk in. Um, the first thing that happens when you walk in is that um, like you see the beach because it's the boardwalk. So you see the beach, and the first thing I thought of was the beautiful waterfront. I mentioned it to the Boston Brothers. So we have the Boston Brothers V2. We have the beautiful waterfront right in front of us. The only thing we were missing was a shout out to Frankie. That would have just that made the whole trip complete. Seeing a beautiful waterfront with the Boston Brothers V2. I don't know. That was just a funny mark-out moment right there. Throwback to the old Boston Brothers videos. I guess the story for that is in all their old videos. For whatever reason, Frankie WWE versus TNA NY was his channel back in the day. If you remember him, he always marked out for the waterfronts, and then the Boston Brothers would always show the waterfront, or like a lake or a river or something, ocean, whatever, in their videos, and give a shout out to Frankie. That's the little backstory on that if you didn't know. But the one main thing that I kept forgetting about on like all of Monday was that I was at the beach. I was in California, and everyone else that I knew back at home was at school, and that was awesome for me. I remember tweeting a picture, and I think I put with the thing, I hope you're having fun at school or something like that, which the time difference was off, so they were just getting out of school at that point. But it was still cool to be there and have everyone else, all my friends at school, and I was tweeting away about how much fun I'm having. That was really a fun part of the whole trip because basically spring break was just the week before, so that would have been the first day back from spring break. So I was in California while everyone was back at school. So sucked to suck basically on that one. But we got the wristbands for the unlimited rides, and then I forgot what the first ride was called, but that was really fun. Basically, there was 2 seats and 2 seats, and they were facing out, and you sat back to back, well, not technically back to back, but sort of back to back with the person behind you, and then you face that way, and it spun around. Oh man, that was so much fun. Basically, Stevie Breach uploaded all the rides pretty much. If you go to his channel, look for hashtag Click31 Monday and Tuesday, and he uploaded all the rides, and I think he's the only one that really filmed the rides. So go check out Breach's channel for all the rides and stuff. So the first one was really fun. The Boston Brothers didn't go on that one. They had their slush puppies. They wanted to save their voices, and we were just like, nope, we're going on every ride. And the next ride was the Little Dipper. No, it was the Big Dipper. The Little Dipper's in my Six Flags. That was the Big Dipper. Messed that one up. But basically on that one, the way they had like the bar, like it felt like I wasn't in all the way. So like when we were going up and then when we were going down, when we were going down, I felt like I was gonna like fall out. It was a scary thing, but I had so much fun on that. That was really fun. And then, okay, so they had a log ride there. Now, throwback to, I don't even know what year this was. Whatever I remember it was the 51st anniversary of Disneyland. I went to Disneyland, Magic Mountain, I think it was, or whatever the water log ride at Disneyland is. Some California people can help me out on that one. But I was in line for that one, and that ride broke down. So I never got a chance to go on a log ride of some sorts. So this was my first chance to go on a log ride. So the whole time I was worried about 2 things. My raw ticket, which was in my wallet in my pocket, and how we were going to fit 6 people into one log. So I kept bringing it up, and no one ever like said, oh, right, we should probably figure that out. So when it got to the point, we were like, everyone was like, oh, only 3 people are going to fit in each thing. So it was Ravi, it was Ryan, and it was Breach in the first one. So they went, and then it was me, Miguel, and Adam. So I got in, I sat in the back. Adam got in, he sat in the front. And then when Miguel was getting in, he had to situate himself like a certain way. And when he was situating himself, he just ended up sideways. And the people didn't care. We were like, he's not even in yet. And then we just started moving. So he was literally, we were like, Adam was facing that way, I was facing that way, and Miguel was facing out this way. It was a scary thing for him, I bet. but he wasn't even in the log ride. And then we went around. We literally like were laughing the whole time about how Miguel was not even in the ride. Basically, he was stuck. It was just a funny thing. And then we got to the top, and as we're going down, there's nothing to like hold on to. There is, but like it's wet. So that I don't even know how I didn't fall out of that one. I don't even know how that was safe. But that was it was a lot of fun. And basically, because I was where I was at, I got soaked like from the water. It just all went over Adam, over Miguel, onto me. I got soaked, but that was so much fun. And then at the end, we were like saying like Miguel basically sat sideways, and that was pretty crazy. But then the next one, I don't know where Ravi was at. I think he went to the bathroom or something. He had some excuse to leave, but he walked away, and then it was me, Miguel, the Boston Brothers, and Breach. So we went to this thing. Breach called it the dryer. I don't know what the exact name for it is, but basically I was in line for it. I was like, basically before I go on, I get dizzy a lot and quickly. So going on some of these rides, I was like kind of afraid that I was going to get dizzy or sick or whatever. So I had fun on all the rides I went on, but sometimes I had to worry about my head going crazy. So I get in this thing, and I'm like, all right, I'll see if I can handle this. So I go to put the rope over my I don't know what the heck these are, my thighs, legs, I don't know, and the rope wouldn't reach. So when I noticed the rope wouldn't reach, I threw it up in the air, and I walked off, and Reach like had the funniest reaction. He was like, I forgot what he said, but it was just, I remember it being a funny reaction, and I just kind of walked off, and it wasn't gonna work. It just wasn't gonna work. And then when I got off and I saw how the thing moved, I was like, I would not have done well on that. I already know it. I didn't want my day to be ruined because of a couple rides, so I didn't want to get sick. But I'm kind of glad I didn't go on it, but now looking back, probably should have just said screw it and tried it. But I walked off, and I was filming them on the thing the whole time, and they got to a point where Breach saw, they saw me. Like, that's how high up in the air they were. They could see me. They started chanting my name, and I was marking out, and then they were chanting for Ravi. Ravi wasn't there. I was waiting for Ravi to just walk up and be like, hey, so you didn't go on that one? And have to explain what happened. But that one was a fun one to watch them on. They were, like, all the rides we went on, we made fun. Or we had fun on the rides. I don't even know what I'm going at. But the next one was called the Tsunami. That one was fun. It was Adam and Ryan. It was Ravi and Miguel. It was me and Breach. And basically how the ride went was you like fell to the left, like just with the momentum. So I was like trying to like push away, like, but I was still like, everyone who was on the right side fell into the person on the left side. So we all like slammed into each other at one point. I don't know, but it was still a lot of fun, and I don't know what else to say for that one. It went backwards, forwards. It was a fun time. And then, okay, so this one, like, it's like it's like an arm, and then there's like pods where you sit in each little thing. I don't even know what I'm doing. So, and then it goes all the way around in circles, and oh man, I didn't want to go on this ride years ago, and I was gonna give it a try. So I get in the thing. Whatever reason, when it goes down, I'm like, I don't feel safe in this thing. Again, I'm thinking about not being sick. So, like, the first time it goes up, and then I'm like, all right, I'll just, because someone else needed help. So then I put it back on. And the second time it goes up, I'm like, all right, I can't do this. So I walked. Oh no, it was my phone. My phone, I didn't want to leave just there. So my phone was like making it not, no matter what pocket I put it in, and I didn't feel like holding it and dropping it. So that was the reason why, okay, I got that messed up with the other one, but I just didn't feel safe in that ride overall. And then I feel really bad for Ravi, so I apologize, Ravi, because he didn't want to go on this either, and he stuck it out, and I guess he closed his eyes the whole time. But basically, I took Breach's camera and I hacked his channel and started filming everything, but that ride, I was not gonna do. I went in line with them, but I don't even know. So that was that. And then we went on the spooky ride, which really wasn't that spooky. It was just really nice to take a break and sit down, I guess, for a minute. I thought it was going to be different, but then again, we just got to sit, so that was good. And then the last ride we went on was the pirate ship, and I'm sure you've seen it, but when we got off that ride, I had so much fun on that ride, really. It was fun to, like, it was like a cool down ride because, like, you just sat and kept going back and forth, and everyone said that they got sick on that ride. Like, I don't know, I guess my stomach could handle that, but I don't know, everyone said they got sick on that ride. And then I never went back for that Santa Cruz shirt. I'm really upset that I didn't go back for that. I know Miguel was going to, but I just never went back. And it was if you know, like the Santa Cruz, like the skate brand Santa Cruz. It was that logo, but I could say that I actually got it in Santa Cruz. So I don't know. Oh well, next time. But then we left, and on the ride back, because like I said, it was like a long ride back. I was sitting there after a while when we got in the mountains, and Breach was driving. I think he was awake. I don't know. But I looked at Ravi. Ravi was out. Looked at Miguel. Miguel was out. Looked back. The Boston brothers were sleeping. Everyone was sleeping except Breach. Well, I guess everyone was sleeping. I don't know if Breach was awake or not. But I looked around and I was like, well, I'm dozing off right now. I'll take a nap. So I literally just closed my eyes, took a nap, good half an hour, 45-minute nap, and we got back and we were getting close to the hotel. So I took a nap, and then Breach told me afterward, he was like, once I saw your eyes closed, I was like, great, now I'm all by myself or whatever. But yeah, so everyone got a nap but Breach, unless Breach fell asleep, and we don't know about it. Well, we're still here, so if he fell asleep, then he's one good sleep driver. Is that a thing? I don't know. Went back to the Holiday Inn. They got their stuff. And then we went back to the Boston Brothers Hotel. They got their stuff. And then we went to Raw. And for Raw, Breach parked in this parking lot that, like, it wasn't really it was a parking lot, but there was gates. And he said that for Hall of Fame, there was a dude in a $1 Million Man shirt collecting $10 for the parking. And when he got back, he wasn't there. So there was no guy to collect money. So we didn't know if we were going to get locked in or what, or get the car stolen, or I don't even know. But we just kind of left this car there, and we walked to the, what's that place called? The SAP Center, the SAP Center, whatever the heck it's called. So we went to Raw, and we were like, we kind of just, I think I waited in line for like maybe a minute. And then we walked through, because we were like late pretty much. And then I remember running to my seat, and then as I'm going down the row, Brock Lesnar's theme hit. So I was like perfect timing pretty much. So that was pretty cool. And then the cool thing about that was the people that sat next to me, people that sat or to the left of me, to the right of me, and behind me, and then 2 seats behind me. We all sat together for WrestleMania, so we all pretty much knew each other from the day before. We all had a fun time. The dude next to me and the dude 2 seats behind me were just yelling Brie mode the whole time. And after a while, even though I didn't like Brie, I just started yelling Brie mode. And now it's a fun thing I took from that weekend, is just yelling Brie mode. I don't know. That was just a fun thing I took from that weekend. But yeah, so that was Raw. Raw was awesome. I got to see Seth Rollins as champion before what I consider the downfall of him as champion, but that's okay. I saw the good part, and that's all that matters. Happy with Punk, happy with Seth Rollins. I guess just the people I like. I just go on a downfall after I see him win the title. But let's see. Neville debuted. The Lucha Dragons debuted, which was awesome. We saw an awesome Dean Ambrose versus John Cena match. That was the first U.S. title open challenge match. Lucha, Lucha. I did that once. Which it was cool. I met Neville a couple days before. I met the Lucha Dragons a couple days before. I met Seth Rollins a couple days before. So it was cool to see all the guys who debuted. And it was cool to see Seth Rollins. And then for the main event, we did the wave, we chanted. The Divas match we had fun in. it was a fun show. Raw after WrestleMania is a must go to, because that's always a fun time. And the one time I remember them stopping the match and putting the lights on us when we were doing the wave. That was awesome. And then I saw Ravi, Miguel, and Breach across the way, so I knew where they were at generally. And then after the show, we met up with them, met up with Luke and Zach, met up with the Boston Brothers, and then after the few people saying, "Hey, it's the Click 31 guys," to Ravi, Breach, and Miguel, we did the lucha thing. Me and Zach got that over. At the just people walking by, we did that. And me and Breach were doing the moose, and I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. But then we walked back, and as we're walking back to the car, Luke and Zach kind of went their separate way, and I'm pretty sure that was the last time I saw Luke and Zach. But I thought they were gonna. I don't know what the plan was. I thought they were gonna meet us at the one place, but then again, I don't know. But that was the last time I saw Luke and Zach, so that was. I didn't really know at the time, but now it's like I should have said bye just in case. I don't know. We'll see each other again in the future, I'm sure. But and then we went to In-N-Out Burger. The Boston Brothers, that was their first time having it, and Ravi was their first time having it. This time, so much better than the last time I went to In-N-Out Burger, which was on Friday. I got no onions this time, so it was just the onions that messed me up the first time. Gosh, that was so long ago, it feels like. But anyway, I got dropped off by Breach. I had my farewell. I was the first one to go. So we all threw it up and two-suited in the car. And then I left and went back to my hotel, packed up. I transferred all my pictures and videos, and then I went to sleep. We left the next morning early because we had to drive to San Francisco because that's where our plane was. This is really depressing. Now that I'm like thinking about this, like this is really sad. We went to San Francisco, went to the airport, took the tram, saw all the people with their Seth Rollins shirts and their WrestleMania shirts, and it was just an awesome time. And then we got the plane, and then on the plane ride, we were about to land into O'Hare in Chicago, and so the plane landing, it hit the ground, bounced back up, went in the air, and then hit again, and then landed. That was the spookiest thing ever. I thought I was gonna die, honestly. Like it just bam, bam. It like did a rock skip. I don't even know if you know what I'm talking about, but if you skip a rock across the water, it did that twice, and that was spooky. But I don't know. I got our bags, and that was it. That was the trip. Everything made it back safe. My poster made that back safe. They did open my bag, so maybe they wanted to see my WrestleMania poster. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. So look forward to all the other videos that I'm going to make soon, because that's the thing. Making more videos, because why not, you know? And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bam.